On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, what's new in the gaming world? We talk about new consoles, new games, and a whole lot of fun new things. So power up your favorite consoles, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. Hello gamers, welcome to Out of the Box Gaming, a podcast where we talk about games. What kind of game? What, Lindsay?
Sorry, I don't know. I didn't see you press the record button. Are you recording?
Yes. I've been recording for about 5 minutes now.
Okay, my bad. You can start that over.
We'll start it over.
I wasn't sure.
Hello gamers, welcome to Out of the Box Gaming, a podcast where we talk about games. What kind of games? All types of games, like video games, board games, card games, etc. Now, you may ask why. Why are you going to talk about games? Well, it's because we want to, and because we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear. If you're joining us for the first time or for the 26th time, we want to welcome you.
Welcome.
Yeah. I am your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by the hottest new item around, Will Kinsey.
Oh, my. I'm not that new, but thank you. Well, that's right, guys. We want to show our love of games to you and possibly even introduce you to something new. And as always, we want to hear from you, so feel free to drop topic ideas and discussion questions that you would love for us to talk about. You can do this by going to our Discord, going to the topic ideas and discussion questions text channel, and just typing away over there.
Lindsay is here too, and
Hi.
I believe she's ready for the trivia question for the episode.
Well, before I get to there, I would like to point out that Will denied the new part, but he fully accepted the hottest part.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
I gotta be real.
Point that out. Okay, guys. So your trivia question for today that I did not just find, I found earlier in the day.
Okay.
How long did it take Marcus Persson to create the first version of Minecraft?
Oh. Wait. Dude's name's not Notch?
No. What I have is Marcus with a K, Persson with 2 S's.
I'm going to assume that is Notch's real name. And I have no idea. So that is a great question you have for us.
That is in my more information on the question. Yes, it says Notch, so that must be his real name.
Fantastic.
I have
Did you play it
no
when
idea. Do what?
Nick, did you play it when it came out?
What, Minecraft?
Yeah.
No, I saw you and Alex play it, but I didn't have it. I think it was like a year later whenever I got it, and a bunch of us were playing it in the dorm apartments or whatever at college. So,
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah, that is a fantastic question you have for us today, Lindsay. If you guys in chat want to go ahead and think on that question, we'll be back to it at the end of the episode. So Nick,
yeah.
what have you been playing this last week, my friend?
Well, it's been only a few days since we did the last recording. So
very true. We're pretending it's Saturday.
Okay, it is Saturday. Hey, it's Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. Let's see. I've played more Bugsnax. Actually finished it today. And I know, like, I was streaming the last bit of it, and then after I beat it, our good friend Alex came in and he was like, "You should platinum it." And I was like, "Oh gosh, I don't even know if I want to do that." And then I went and looked, and I only needed 2 more trophies, and then I would have got the platinum. I'm like, you know what? I might as well. So I ended up doing that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was rather easy. Like, I wasn't even expecting that. Like, I didn't even try to get, most of those trophies. And, whenever I went and looked, I was just missing 2 more to get that plat. I'm like, all right.
So first plat on PlayStation 5?
No, I platinumed the Astro Playroom.
Ah, gotcha.
And this so that was the first game ever that I played on the PlayStation 5, and I platinumed it. And then I did Bugsnax, and I ended up platinum that. So
you sound very proud of yourself.
I am very proud of myself. next up, I'll be starting Miles Morales. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, what else have I played? Gosh, there hasn't been a whole lot.
We did some Fortnite.
Yeah, we did. I did play some Oh yeah, I did do Fortnite.
Fall Guys.
We did play some Fall Guys. That was a lot of fun. Though I do not like the wall one.
Yeah, no, it's the worst game.
Absolutely not. Oh my god, like hated that. Like anytime, and I was getting so upset because it wasn't even just in that one, but there was another one where it was like you're by yourself and you have to jump through the rings to get 6 points to advance. I moved a freaking platform to get to a ring, and as soon as I do, all these people just run over and they're using the platform like I did all the work. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to let everybody else do the work. And I ended up actually advancing, going through majority of that match, only having 0 rings.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I finally got one, and then I got lucky to get
sympathy for
and
him.
then I got lucky that there was a gold one close by, and I got through it, and I was like, that's what everybody gets for,
he
taking my
qualified, and I did not.
I'll show you guys the secret of the solo rings later on.
Okay.
It's pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. I know there's a new one that we all got to experience. It was one where it's like a bunch of fans like that are horizontal, and you have to like go from one to the other, and there's a bunch of like gaps in between the blades, and a lot of people just end up pushing you off. Yeah. And then I actually did some Destiny 2 on the PlayStation. I want to see how it was. Not the new expansion. I have not got that yet. But yeah, Destiny, it was a lot of fun. The load times for everything in Destiny is better. Like loading the map is like almost instant compared to what it was. And I know one of the times whenever I was playing it on the PS4 before the PS5 just came out, once again, our good friend Alex, he was watching the stream, and whenever I pulled up the map and it like took a bit, he typed in the chat, he's like, "Dear Lord, those load times." So apparently they were really, really bad compared to PC, but the PS5 does a lot better at it. So.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And I think that might be all that I've played. Oh, wait, no. I did do a custom game of League because I wanted to play the new champion again before the free champ rotation went out. So I did do that. She is fun.
Nice.
She's
pretty wild.
Like she's pretty easy to learn, so... Yeah. But she's very squishy. We'll say that. So yeah, I think that's basically all what I've, mostly been playing. What about you, Will?
Played a little bit of League. Got some ARAMs in with all of the new. So they did the new update. And they took away some items. They completely changed other items, and they added a bunch of new items. But one of the biggest additions was the addition of mythic items.
Yeah.
So you pick your mythic for the round, and that is your only mythic, and it gives all of your legendaries a certain buff.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I think what you're supposed to do is like build your build around that particular item. So I only do ARAMs, so I've been trying to get that in, and it has been insane. Like the games are, I've been winning a lot.
Oh,
just winning a whole lot. It's pretty insane. Like they've got all of these items that are now tailored towards certain types of characters, like multiple items that have dashes that allow you to do like big sweeping arcs of damage or like isolation damage. So if you have people who already naturally have dashes, you get extra dashes, and it's insane. I am really glad that they did this update. At first I was kind of upset because a lot of the core items that I used to use, like
Yeah.
Rod of Ages, nowhere to be found. Because Rod of Ages was really good.
Yeah.
And they took a lot of the items that had a lot of random different abilities, or things that added to you, like, oh, this has health and ability power and cooldown reduction and all these different
They
things.
changed the name of cooldown
They-
reduction.
Yes, it's now ability haste, and you can bring it up as high as you want.
Oh,
It
I
doesn't
didn't know
cap
that.
out at 40%.
I thought
Yes,
it still
each
capped
point
at
of
40.
ability haste is a percentage of cooldown, and now it doesn't have a cap, or it might cap at like 80 or something. I don't remember exactly, but I got up to like 60 something the other day and was like, I'm good. I don't need any more ability haste. I was just casting like constantly.
Oh man,
yeah, it's insane.
we're gonna have to
And they
play
have-
together sometime.
So they have the life steal, and then physical vamp and omni vamp. So they have 3 different life steals now, and they go off of the different damage types. So that you've got basic attack and then physical damage from abilities, and then basically all damage, and they all kind of are stepped and tiered. But yeah, that's a whole thing. We don't have to talk about all of that. What else have I been playing? Got some Jackbox stuff. We didn't talk about Jackbox stuff. We like playing Jackbox games. Let's see.
Yeah, we played that a couple weeks ago at our Friendsgiving.
Yes,
That
yes.
was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
I think we're gonna try to get some Jackbox in tonight, or maybe some Among Us. But yeah, oh yeah, and Fortnite. I've been playing some Fortnite with our friends Heather and Shell.
Hey, you played with me too.
I did play with you, but you bailed on us because you're
Got
better
it.
than us.
But you got a dub out of it, so
Yeah, one game that night, and we won it.
The big carry. Way to go, Lindsay. I told you
Also,
to carry us.
I didn't bail on y'all. It was late.
No,
I was
yeah, no,
tired.
100%. It was late.
But I played with Heather and Shell the next day, so.
I played with them as well, with Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was like level 50 something when they started, and they're already like way higher level than me. They've been like playing all day, every day. It's insane.
Jeez.
Not all day, every day. They have jobs, but they've been playing a lot.
What, Fortnite 24/7, man? Come on.
Like cranking
You know it.
90s. And it was funny, after they played with you, they started actually using the compass. Throwing shade out there. Like, I had not heard either of them being like, oh yeah, we got shots at 120. Not as, and then like all of a sudden Heather starts pulling out these like compass call outs. I was like, what the crap? Like, okay, cool. I'm cool with this. Way to go. So,
Good job, Nick.
I mean, you're clearly a good teacher, Nick. Me, I just run in and kill stuff and don't teach anyone anything and drive like a lunatic.
You
But yeah.
may have learned that from Lindsay.
I mean, I had some if I don't know, it seems like it was the vehicles were harder to control the last time I played. I don't know.
Okay.
I think
They
I'm
definitely
still,
made boats harder to control. I
Well-
don't remember them being as difficult to control as they are now.
Yeah, and I'm still getting like I think there was some because Fortnite did not keep settings when we switched over to the PS5.
Yeah, that was.
And so I think
That
I'm
was
still
brutal.
getting used to like sensitivity and stuff on there.
I think I figured out
So-
my sensitivity of where it was. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's pretty much all I've been playing. What about you, Lindsay? What have you been playing this week?
Well, pretty much the same as Nick. I finished Bug Snacks. I did not platinum it. I thought about it and I was like, no. Fortnite, did some Fall Guys.
did you have fun with Fall Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think I didn't?
No, I was just curious because we rarely play it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still haven't won, but it's cool. I don't play enough. I did start Last of Us remake, the first one.
Oh, you did?
Last of Us 1.
I know this. I was just trying to.
Oh, I was like, yes, Nick, you were there.
I
You
was
knew
there.
that.
I knew.
I don't know how far I got. Probably like 30 minutes, 45 minutes in.
Which is not far.
Yeah. I like it so far. I was not prepared for an early death, like 3 minutes in. But I mean, if you haven't played Last of Us yet, then you're like me, and I don't feel bad for spoiling anything. But yeah, there was an early death, and it hit hard. But no, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm excited to play the rest, and then eventually Last of Us 2. So
yeah,
that's it. That's it for me.
All right. Well, so as most of y'all know, last week the new consoles came out and we got a bunch of new stuff, and we just thought we would give you an episode where we're just going to talk about like some of the new stuff that's out there if you didn't know. So I mean, we're just going to start off with, PlayStation 5. Yes, it's out there. It's awesome. Lindsay and I have one. We've been playing it on it about like every day. It's amazing. A lot better than the last one. Load times are better. It's a solid piece of machinery.
I will say the funny thing is, because my PlayStation's in the bedroom, and so we always watch something at night before we go to sleep.
Yep.
And Nick's always in charge of the controller and turning it off and whatnot.
Yep.
So there was a solid week or so where I didn't know how to turn it off because Nick just always did it. And until the other day, I went to turn it off. I was like, you know what? I haven't figured out how to do this yet, just because I haven't had to. So I thought that was a funny tidbit.
That's what I call my PlayStation too.
It's great. I don't really have anything to complain. I mean, obviously, there's some bugs or whatever, though I haven't really experienced any issues like some people that I would see like on, social media of them sharing stories, but it could also people, just crapping on it. So I don't know. I haven't really had any issues. I don't think Lindsay's had any issues. It's great. And then I mean, I don't know if you've seen anything of people playing it or heard stuff, but
I mean, I've been watching people stream on it. It looks very nice.
Yeah. Next is, the Xbox. I mean, honestly, I haven't really heard much. I don't really know much about it. I know there was a streamer that I would watch. He's on Facebook. I know he got his Xbox early, and he would, advertise like, hey, he's going to go through, the first Destiny on his new Xbox Series X or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really tune in to much of it. But I mean, I think it's, pretty much just like another solid machinery. I mean, these next consoles, they're pretty great. I mean, obviously we'll probably, see some other bugs like down the line that people haven't noticed or anything, but I know PlayStation already had a system update. I think that was yesterday.
Yeah.
I think from what I saw, it was like some performance like enhancements or whatever that they made. So yeah, I haven't really seen much detail on it.
Gotcha.
And Lindsay is stepping away for a second. So yeah. But yeah, those are the consoles. I mean, not really much to say other than, they're solid. But the most of the things that we'll be talking about is going to be the games, because we got a lot of games, like especially last week. So yeah, I just kind of went through, jot down some games that we could kind of talk about some. One that I don't really know anything about. I was meaning to go through and watch like some gameplay, at least of all these games, but I have not seen gameplay of all these games. I don't believe. Most of them, I think I have. The first one that we put down is Dirt 5.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about this game. I just know it's like a racing game. It was released on current gen on November 6th. And then Xbox Series X and S on November 10th, and then PlayStation 5 on November 12th. And then it will come to Google Stadia later in 2021.
Yeah.
Do you know much about this game, Will?
Not a whole lot about Dirt 5, but I have played the Dirt series. And yeah, they are racing games. They're rally racing games, so they go from like street to dirt to sand, all sorts of different environments. Just like real life rally racing. So you don't use like race cars or sports cars or anything like that. You use like carts and like just weird sort of rally cars instead of your typical race car. So it's a lot of fun. It's not as incredibly fast paced as a lot of racing games are, but it's also not like straight shots. Like you're drifting around like muddy corners, or there are some maps and like events and whatever game modes where you have like full on loop de loop flips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like trick modes. So it's got a lot packed into a game that is essentially a racing game, but it's got a whole lot of other assets to it.
Okay.
It's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, most of it's like the most off-road driving experience. I mean, like from like little clips that I've seen, it seems like it's all off-road. Is that correct?
I would assume so, and then maybe some like on street stuff, because rally is off-road and on-road.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what differentiates it from just off-road racing, is that it also has street stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it probably does have mostly off-road stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I probably will never play the game. It's not one. It's not one of the ones that just strikes my fancy and all that stuff. So, but if you do care to check out the game, yeah, it is the latest off-road driving experience from Codemasters. Tracks are set across a global stage, including New York City, Rio, and remote areas of China and Greece. That's pretty cool. Get some, nice scenery and all that. Narrative-driven career mode to explore. That's nice that has a career mode, which will feature voice acting talents like Nolan North and Troy Baker. Nolan North is one of my favorite voice actors.
Is he Nathan Drake?
Yes.
Okay.
And Troy Baker, he is Joel from Last of Us.
Oh yeah, I knew Joel because
Yeah.
I started playing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me.
They do offer 4-player split screen mode. They have a new game mode specifically designed for co-op play from your couch to global online battles. And GameSpot gave it a review of 7 out of 10. And whenever I was trying to find IGN score, I didn't see one at the time. I think they're still doing that review right now, unless they did it, because I did most of the stuff yesterday. But yeah, so IGN doesn't have a score. Is my mic popping for anyone else?
You're not supposed to read that.
Sorry. I mean, if it is popping, then that would be bad. I would try to fix it real quick.
I mean, I was doing something near the mic. I don't know if that was it. Got that back out.
Hopefully, we'll figure that out soon, but we're going to move on to the next game. So, next game, this is one that most people are going to know about. One that I want to play. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to play it, but I am looking forward to playing it, and I know Lindsay is also looking forward to playing it. it's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's Ubisoft's latest game, or Assassin's Creed game, and it's probably also their latest game. I think, yeah, Watch Dogs came out before this, so yeah, it's their latest game. It's released for PC, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X and S on November 10th, and on PlayStation 5 on November 12th. Now, most of these that did came out like during last week, the PlayStation 5 release date is going to be on the 12th because that's when the PS5 came out. So, yeah, I know we've talked about this game before on the podcast, and this was before the game actually came out. Of all the gameplay that I've seen, it, looks good. It's still different from the old Assassin's Creed games. I mean, they, like we've said before, it made that big change whenever they had Origins, and then kept the same with Odyssey, and then now this one. Which I still believe that they could have changed. They could have just made a new IP and gone with these, but they wanted to still, know for sure that they would make money, so they put Assassin's Creed on the front. But they are, I mean, to me, they are like different games from the old Assassin's Creed games. So, I mean, have you? I don't think you played it yet, have you, Will?
No, I have not. I need to pick it up and run through it on PC. It's weird, on PC I'm not a huge fan of playing like RPGs and stuff like that. But I do have like an Xbox controller that I can plug into my PC, and it's the same thing. So, but yeah, I need to pick it up. As I have a whole backlog of games that I need to pick up and play.
Yeah, Lindsay and I almost bought it the other day when we were out shopping. I was like tempted, but then I was like, no, we'll wait and see. We have other games that we can play. So, but I mean, we might be getting a bigger itch to play it, and we might be, pulling the plug and just buying the game. But yeah, I know after we play it, or I play it some, I know we're planning on doing, an episode where we're going to, rank our Assassin's Creed games. So that should be coming up soon-ish. But yeah, so Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's the latest entry in Ubisoft's long-running series set in the Viking era. You get to play as Eivor, male or female. It's a Viking raider who must lead their clan from the icy plains of Norway into the new home in England. And GameSpot gave it a review of 8 out of 10, and IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. So it seems like it's pretty solid, and I'm still looking forward to playing it. You got anything to say, Lindsay?
No, I mean, I'm just ready.
She's ready.
I would have bought it the other day, but, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Spider-Man Miles Morales. Most of y'all probably have already heard about it. Yeah, we just figured we'd talk about it a little bit. I haven't started playing it yet. I will be, since I just finished Bugsnax. I didn't think, I was going to enjoy Bugsnax as much as I did. And I wanted to beat it before I started another game. So that's why I've held off. Yeah. It was released for PS4 and PS5 on November 12th. It's a another web slinging adventure that features Miles Morales as Spider-Man instead of Peter Parker from the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 from 2018, if I remember correctly. If nobody has played that game and you have a PlayStation, you need to go and play it because that is an amazing game. And I'm looking forward to replaying it. I don't really replay games that much, but that's one that I will replay because it's a really good game, and you can just spend hours swinging around, the city of Spider-Man. It's a lot of fun. I don't know much different about Miles Morales on this game opposed to the other game. I think from what I've heard it's not, you don't have as much tech stuff as like what Peter Parker did. If I just have like, more moves and stuff to do, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll have to, wait and see. I know one of our friends, he started playing it. He said he enjoyed it. I don't really know exactly how long the game is because whenever the game came out, I was getting mixed answers from all these different like gaming production companies or whatever, like IGN and GameSpot and all that. But I think I want to say around 12 hours if you do everything, maybe. So, I mean, it seems pretty solid for a standalone game that's not a full-on game, but it's more than an expansion. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Though I would see a lot of people complaining about it, and I don't know why. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just people complaining just to complain. Yeah. And yeah, so GameSpot gave this a 7 out of 10. I'm not really sure why 7. And then IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. So,
I mean, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't know, why the 7. Maybe because it's not a full game.
I don't know. I mean, like I was going through whenever I was trying to find ratings, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe let's just get more than one place that gave a rating, so we can, kind of get more of an idea. But yeah, so Spider-Man Miles Morales, check it out if you have PS4 or I definitely if you have a PS5. I hear that the PS5 makes a big difference. Will, you can talk about this next game because I know this is your jam.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got Demon Souls Remake released on the PS5 on November 12th. Bluepoint Games, legendary game creators who also worked on the Shadow of Colossus remaster, developed the remake. The game features new weapons, new armor, new rings, new items called grains, which give players temporary resistance to effects like poison, fire, and bleeding. As with the original, players are limited in how much they can carry before their character becomes encumbered, and some aspects of this encumbrance system have been adjusted. So we'll see some of those changes in the game. I assume it'll be similar to how it was.
I know one of the changes.
Pardon?
I do know one of the changes.
Go ahead and fill us in, my man.
One of the changes that I saw was, was it like grass or whatever that you eat to heal yourself? I mean, I haven't played the game.
Sure.
But yeah. Haven't you played the game?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, I think it's like the grass pieces or whatever that you would pick up, and I think that's what you would, eat to heal yourself. I think I saw where before on the old game, it didn't have a weight. But now they actually gave it a weight that will stack with your carrying capacity of how much you can carry.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
I'm guessing that's like the Dark Moon grass.
Yeah, so in the original game, healing grasses have no weight, so players could potentially carry hundreds of them. In the remake, these healing items now have a weight associated with them, so that the amount players can carry is significantly lessened and more potent. And more potent grasses way more than less effective ones.
Yeah, that's a good change because you used to be able to farm them and just carry a crap ton.
Yeah.
Which obviously in a Souls game, being able to heal a crap ton, it kind of defeats the point of the game.
Now, earlier, Lindsay and I actually watched a little gameplay of Demon Souls. I mean, visually it looked good. It looked like, they did a good job of, enhancing the visuals. But I did notice it was a lot of guy going from one little enemy just walk over to another one, and there was times where he would just get like 2 swings in and kill the thing before the enemy could even take a swing at him. I don't know if that was just like early stages and if it gets harder or whatever. The only time I saw the person die was whenever they fought this boss, and I think they got one-shotted. I don't know how many hits it would take from the little guys, the little ones that you're like just going through before you get to the boss. Like how many hits you can take. But like as slow as they were moving, I was like, can they just one shot you and stuff? I thought like this game you're supposed to die easily.
Yeah, you'll find a lot in most Souls games. You'll find a lot of those enemies like skeletons and zombies and stuff like that. They're like slow and they die really easily. They will mess you up in terms of damage.
Okay.
A lot of them will try to do their heavy attack, which will be like a multi-swing or just a really powerful attack, and it'll do 3/4 of your health to full health depending on your build. Like if you've built tanky, it won't be that bad, but then you won't be doing a whole bunch of damage either.
So there's different builds with the game?
Oh yeah. You've got all of your stats similar to how you would build yourself in D&D, or actually more like Mutants and Masterminds. Since it's a point-based system, you invest into points 1 to 99 in all of your different attributes, making yourself stronger in different points. Okay. So you've got like intellect, faith, strength, dexterity, attunement, constitution. There's a whole bunch of them, and they all affect you in different ways.
Okay.
But yeah, dexterity, faith, hooah. But yeah, Demon Souls remake. It looks amazing. They've done some great tweaks that fixed a lot of the bugs and abusable things from the original game. And yeah, made it overall pretty balanced. GameSpot gave it a review of 9 out of 10, and IGN gave it a review of 9 out of 10. So, yeah.
So, yeah, it seems like it's, I think, the highest rating game of all the new stuff that we have down right now. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome what Blue Point Games did. And for it to be a remake and they're getting that high of a score, so... Never played Demon Souls, so I mean I don't know if I will ever play it. Maybe one day. Next up is a game that not a lot of people may have, like probably a lot of people have heard about it, but they don't really care to know anything about it. Is Godfall. Now, this one, whenever I first saw like the trailer for it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this game. And a lot of people, they were kind of already hating on the game. They're just like, oh, it looks, too basic and all. And it's like, okay. I don't know. I've seen some gameplay and I'll get to that in a second. Though, I will say it was released on PS5 and PC through the Epic Game Store on November 12th. The developer Counterplay Games describes it as a loot-driven action RPG with a focus on real-time melee combat. It's the new IP is set in a fantasy universe with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The game can also be played in its entirely drop-in, drop-out co-op, or solo, as you so desire. The player has 5 weapon classes to select from. These weapon classes include longsword, dual blades, polearm, two-handed warhammer, and the two-handed giant sword. Or great sword, sorry, not giant sword, great sword. Yeah, so I watched a little gameplay today. It was like the first, maybe 16 minutes of gameplay. like I said before, I don't really know how I feel about the game. It did look kind of, I guess, basic for a, hack and slash, like loot, kind of thing. I mean, visually it looks good, but gameplay, it looks like it would just get really repetitive, and I think that's mostly what I've seen. I think what I heard about the in-game content for the game is you just are repeating story missions. Like, I think you would go and do something, and it just sends you into a story mission you already did. So you're basically just replaying the game over and over. To a point where you may just get fed up and don't really want to play the game anymore. But it's a thing like Destiny where, you're wanting to get better loot, but their in-game content isn't there from what I've heard and seen. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't want to say everyone, that can, like, check out Godfall. Like, if you're interested in it, I definitely would look up information on it, maybe watch some gameplay to see if it's something you're interested in. I don't even know if the story's that long. I mean, it could be. I can look up real quick. Okay, never mind. I mean, it's a decent length. It's 15 to 20 hours. So that's not bad. But that in-game content if it's true that all you're doing is just going through the story, like, they'll just put you in a random, like, story mission or whatever. I mean, that's kind of lame. Like, give us something else, And it did not really do well on reviews. GameSpot gave it a review of 5 out of 10, and IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. So it's not very great. Yeah. Yeah. Lindsay, did you want to read any of these?
I can. Were you going to play that game?
What, Godfall?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I put it on my Christmas list, but it might be one where I may take off, or I'll just put, like, a question mark beside of it of, I don't know if I would want it.
Or you could probably borrow it from Cody.
Yeah, probably.
He's going to play it. So, we might have we know someone who's going to play it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also coming out this month, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Games coming out.
Yeah.
Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Released on PS4 and PS5 November 12th. Did not realize this was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yes, Sackboy.
Okay.
Yeah, Little Big Planet is PlayStation exclusive.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I'm learning things today.
One, I learned that it came out on PS4. I thought it was just coming out on PS5, but
Well,
yeah.
They said they were going to make PS4 games still.
Yeah.
So it's a
words are hard.
spin-off of the Little Big Planet series. It follows Sackboy and features 3D platforming as opposed to 2.5D in previous entries. Did not know 2.5D was a
2.5D.
You can play the game solo or team up with friends for a more collaborative multiplayer experience. I'm sure Nick and I will be teaming up to play it sometime whenever we get it.
Yeah, sometime we'll stream it. We'll be playing together. We're not going to have 2 separate copies and play online. Like,
Yeah.
we'll be here and play that together. So
Yeah. GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10, and as of now, there is no IGN review.
unless
yet.
that has changed in a day, but I don't think it has.
Yeah. I feel confident
But
saying there's no review on it yet from IGN.
Nope, there's no review.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, excited to play that. I enjoyed what did we play?
You played the
What did I play?
third one, right?
Yes.
There was
Little
3.
Big Planet 3.
Is it 3?
That was a lot more fun than I expected. I didn't know what to expect from it, but I enjoyed it.
Is it 3 that's out? I don't even remember 2. Yeah, 3. Because 3 introduced, like, these other characters, not just Sackboy. So yeah, it was 3.
Yes.
And that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing that. If anybody out there, listening, if you enjoyed the Little Big Planet series, I mean, go and play this game. It looks like, a lot of fun. And if you want a family game to play, this looks like it's, family friendly. The only thing I don't like, and I may have said this before, is they gave Sackboy a voice, which in like the gameplay I've seen, I haven't actually heard him say words. I've just heard him make noises. Like, if you fall off something, you hit the ground, like a oof or whatever. Like, just hearing that, I'm like, it's just kind of weird.
Like a what? Oof. Okay.
Yeah. So that's Sackboy. All right, next. It's a game that I don't really know much about.
But I've heard a
lot about it, especially coming up, before the release. It's Yakuza Like a Dragon. It was released on PS4 in Japan on January 16th of this year, so it's almost been out a year for Japan. But then it was released worldwide on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, X and S, and PS4 on November 10th, and then it's set to come out to PS5 in March of 2021. Developer Sega is calling the game an explosive entry point to the series, as it's the first to feature turn-based combat instead of the traditional beat-em-up style, a continuous decision for some fans too.
Yeah, I heard if you didn't play the other ones, because there's been a whole series of Yakuzas. I heard that if you didn't play the other ones, you can still play this one, and you won't be lost.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah. It's an attempt to make the entry more of an action RPG than other series entries. So, which I have to be in a mood for a turn-based game like that. The best turn-based, or my favorite turn-based games, is the Fire Emblem. I'm not sure how, this one is or whatever. I hear, a lot of people enjoy it, but I don't know if it's one I would ever play. I probably would have enjoyed more of the beat 'em up style. But also with like what Lindsay was saying, the game introduces a new protagonist named Ichiban. I don't know how to say the last name. Kasuga or whatever. Kasuga? I just know Ichiban from other things. Will, do you know much about the game or heard much?
I do not, but contrarily to what you said about the beat 'em up style, I would actually probably prefer the turn-based combat style. So I may look into this game to get into the Yakuza series.
Yeah.
As I like turn-based combat games.
Like I said, I just have to be in the mood for the turn-based for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I mean, maybe I would enjoy it more. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Lindsay's computer over here.
Hey, don't look at me.
But yeah, so GameSpot gave it a review of 9 out of 10, and IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. So, I mean, seems pretty solid. I mean, it's not, for Japan, it's not new, but, for all of us, everyone else, it's, fairly new.
I would read the next one, but I don't know. Is it Hyrule?
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
I've not heard of any of this.
Okay, Hyrule Warriors is it's a game like Dynasty Warriors. A couple years ago for Christmas, I got the Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch. It's basically like that, but with this one, it hasn't been released yet of the time that we are recording this episode. But by the time that audio listeners will hear it, the game will be released. It will be released on Switch on November 20th. I don't think I'll get the game. I barely played the Fire Emblem Warriors game. I've enjoyed the game before. Not this game, like the Dynasty Warrior type games, like the hack and slash. I've enjoyed them, but it's not one that I could, see me playing for hours. If you didn't know, it's the sequel to Hyrule Warriors, and it's the prequel to Breath of the Wild. Age of Calamity is a Dynasty Warriors like hack and slasher that sets up the events to Breath of the Wild. So if anybody else there loves Breath of the Wild and they want to get some more lore, then you probably want to pick up this game and play it.
Indeed.
And obviously there's going to be no review for this at the moment because the game's not out yet of us recording.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, a 9 out of 10 from Will.
So we'll put that down as Will's review.
Will's review, 9 out of 10. Maybe we should have went through these and added, out of the box gaming reviews for each of these games.
Well, do you have a Switch?
No, ma'am.
Do you have access to a Switch though?
No, sir.
Oh, Alex has a Switch?
I have access to Alex, kind of.
Okay. I didn't know if this would be a game that you would play. Would it be one you would want to play if you could? Is that
If I could play it, I would want to play it because the team that wrote the story for it, because Hyrule Warriors, the first one, I can give a little bit of credit to the team, like a decent game, but there was no story to it. Like there was a little bit of story, but it didn't really make sense. They have an actual Nintendo team writing the story for Hyrule Warriors 2 that will somehow tie in the events of Hyrule Warriors into the beautiful events of Breath of the Wild, hopefully seamlessly. And I'm really excited to see how they do that. And I enjoy Dynasty Warrior type games as long as they're done well. Like my favorite one ever was Sengoku Basara, which is based on some anime, which I've never actually watched. And the anime, I guess, is based on a manga, which is based on real life people, like actual Japanese rulers and stuff from like feudal times. This looks like it'll be a really great game, and hopefully it's one of the better Dynasty Warrior type games.
Yeah, there's only been like one time where I actually had a lot of fun playing a Dynasty Warrior game. I don't know which one it was, but it was back in college, and I was playing it with our friend Joey. And I know we got to a point where we were freaking out because Lu Bu was coming after us, and he wrecked our face.
Yes. Yes.
So that's like the only time I feel like I would enjoy these games more if I was playing with other people. But the time whenever I played that Fire Emblem one, I played by myself, and it just, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. So
yeah, I've never played a Dynasty Warrior game solo. I will say that. I've always played it co-op.
All right, and then it's probably the next biggest game that has came out that most people already heard is, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That is a long name. It was released for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5 on November 13th, so a day after the PlayStation 5 came out. Developed by Treyarch and Raven Software and published by Activision. It's the 6th installment in the Black Ops series and the 17th installment in the overall Call of Duty series. Serving as the direct sequel to Call of Duty Black Ops from 2010 and a direct prequel to Call of Duty Black Ops 2 2012.
So it goes in the middle.
Yeah, it goes in the middle. It's set in the 1980s. The campaign follows CIA officer Russell Adler as he pursues Perseus or whatever.
Yeah.
An alleged Soviet spy whose stated goal is to subvert the U.S. and tilt the balance of power towards the Soviet Union.
I want to play this game. You could care less.
I could really care less.
I know, you could care less. We did the
Dr.
alpha.
Disrespect has rage quit it like at least 3 times, so you know it's good.
What did he rage quit? The multiplayer, the normal multiplayer?
Or like
I think
the
so.
Okay.
campaign. I want to play the campaign. We played the alpha. Right, it was the alpha, right?
We played
For
like the
multiplayer.
alpha or beta or whatever for the
It was
multiplayer.
alpha. I enjoyed it.
It was Call of Duty.
Nick's done with Call of Duty. I think.
It was Call of Duty. That's basically what it was.
But I want to play the campaign. It interests me, the time period, and whatnot.
Well, I would say not to get the game for the campaign because the campaign apparently takes 3 to 5 hours.
Yes, but if you're not gonna play it, who's gonna play it with me?
Man, that's
what?
sad because I remember the Call of Duty campaigns used to be like 8 hours long, like 7 to 8 hours.
With my luck, it'll take longer. I'll die often, you know. So if anyone wants to buy it for me, I'm open to that. I saw, I guess, an ad for it today. I think.
Yeah, it was today.
And you know, Nixon was in there, and I don't know, it just looked cool.
I'm disappointed in the time.
The reviews aren't bad. 8 out of 10 from GameSpot and 7 out of 10 from IGN.
I mean, it's just another Call of Duty. But yeah, so this isn't all the games that have been released lately, just some that we thought were more of the big releases that we just kind of want to, talk about a little bit of if we had any experience with it or gameplay that we've seen. But yeah, I mean, most of it I'm, excited or interested in, seeing more about. But if you want to check out, more of the list of games that came out during November, you can just go to Google. I think I found a big list from Game Informer. Its biggest games releasing in November 2020. So yeah. But we are going to move on to our nostalgia game of the week.
Da.
Let me get this ready. Oh wait, I need to say stuff before I do that. So yeah, nostalgia game of the week is where we spin a wheel that has a list of games that give us that nostalgia feel. Once the wheel stops on whatever game, we're going to briefly talk about it. Also, if you have any game suggestions for us to add to the wheel, feel free to drop them in the nostalgia game suggestion in our Discord. Now let me get this pulled up. I need this. And
you weren't ready, Nick.
No, I was not ready.
Gosh.
Where
you're still
this
not
one?
Ready.
Yeah, here we go. We got Brick. Will, do you know this game? You should know this game.
Brick?
Yeah, Brick.
I don't think I know it.
It's like an old.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's like an old game. I remember. I think I first seeing my dad play it.
Was it a Tetris knockoff?
It was. I mean, it has like the visual.
I'm seeing
visual Tetris. I mean, there's like newer versions. If you want to see like Brick Breaker, I guess that would be the full name. But there's like newer versions. Breaker. Yeah, that might. Yeah, my bad. That could have been like the
Brick Breaker. I love Brick Breaker.
Yeah, sorry, that was probably the full name. I just associate it as Brick. So.
Yeah.
Way to go, Nick.
Yeah, my bad.
Game, and it was like had this like weird handheld thing that had a ghetto version of Tetris on it. I was like, how is this a nostalgia game? No, Brick Breaker.
No. Yeah, sorry. I always heard it as Brick, and I think that's what my dad called it. So yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed playing this game whenever I was younger. I mean, I would play it again, though I think some newer versions may.
I feel like there's been lots of spin-offs.
Yeah, there's lots of spin-offs.
For phone app games.
Way too many power-ups now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's like I know like a few years ago there was another game where you would get multiple balls or whatever, and the bricks would have like many numbers on it or whatever. Yeah, that was just different. I just like the old basic, Brick Breaker game. So yeah, everyone out there should check it out if you've never played Brick. Brick Breaker.
I think my favorite version of it was whenever they kind of connected Brick Breaker and Galaga, and you got the lasers. It was like one of the rare power-ups you could get, and you got these lasers that you could just mow down half the map with for like 5 seconds or something.
They're making it too fancy. Just give me the basic Brick game. So, all right, now we're going to move on to our out of the box gaming news. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Thank you. Twitch is committed to donate $1 million to the Able Gamers charity to help change the lives of thousands of people with disabilities. The Able Gamers charity is a group that utilizes fun to bring inclusion and improved quality of life for people with disabilities through the power of video games. Players have seemingly discovered a mysterious locked door in the world level 1-3 of the Demon's Souls remake on PS5 that wasn't in the original PS3 version. Academics from Oxford University have discovered more playtime led to a greater sense of well-being in those playing Animal Crossing New Horizons and Plants vs. Zombies. I can agree with that. Super Mario 3D All-Stars has added support for GameCube controllers to Super Mario Sunshine for those who want to play the game as the Nintendo gods intended. Ubisoft announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla sold more launch week units than any other entry into the series before it. And lastly, Sony CEO Jim Ryan said, "Our PS5 experiences are built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5 feature set, offering a PS5 version of these games, and then a PS4 version of these games to the PS4 community. I don't see what's wrong with that." I'm confused by his statement.
What are you confused by?
I don't know. I think I read it wrong, but basically, we got PS4 games and PS5 games. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, no,
back to you, Nick.
What he's saying with this... Oh, no. I didn't mean to move it. What he's saying with this is that whenever they're building these games, they're building it with the PS5 to begin with
Gotcha.
some features and stuff. And then after that, they're, making a PS4 version of the game.
I understand.
So... also Twitch, that's awesome to donate $1 million to Able Gamers. I'm all for that charity, to help anyone with disabilities out there to be able to play video games. I feel like some other streamers have done stuff with it. I feel like Dr. Lupo definitely probably has done stuff with it. He does a lot of charities, streams and all that. Will, did you know about this mysterious locked door?
I did not. I
wonder what's behind it.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What if you can't get in? It's just
there,
but there's no way to get in.
It's like
there have 100% been doors you can't get into in the game. But the fact that they would just add a door in a place that there wasn't a door before is what makes it suspicious.
But Lindsay, remember whenever we played Fortnite during the first chapter of that old map, where in the woods, or I don't remember, the Wailing Woods or whatever it was called, they had that hatch door. They had that bunker that they never did. They added it, and people were just like, "What are they going to do with it? What are we going to do?" And they never really did anything with it. It was just there.
I forgot about that. I'm going to write the Jeff of Fortnite a message. I don't remember his name.
No.
I looked it up.
Now, for anyone, whenever she says the Jeff of Fortnite, is anytime we play Overwatch, the main guy for Overwatch is Jeff Kaplan. And
he and I have issues.
And Lindsay will have issues, and then he's always will complain to Jeff. So
he's on my list, but I'd say no one can top the Prince of Persia.
Oh my gosh, I knew that was coming up.
Okay, they're the top of my list. I got issues with them. Game looks terrible. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm all for this study that, or what academics at Oxford University discovered, that more playtime leads to a greater sense of well-being. I'm all for that. I'm pretty sure all you gamers out there are for that.
I mean, Animal Crossing New Horizons got us through the most of this Well, I don't want to say most. Who knows how long it'll last? It got us through the beginning of this pandemic.
They're still giving free updates. We got a free holiday update coming up, or winter update.
I never went and harvested my pumpkins I had planted. I got on once during
I think I saw a thing where you can give a pumpkin to during the Thanksgiving thing. There's a turkey that is cooking dinner, and I think you give it to him for whatever reason. So,
yeah.
I am sad to see this, but happy. The whole Super Mario 3D All-Stars added support for the GameCube controller, because I was playing Super Mario Sunshine, was it last week or the week before? It was one of those weeks, and I first started out with a GameCube controller, and it was kind of working, except some things weren't working, like trying to ground pound or whatever. And I couldn't do it, and then one of my viewers in chat was like, "Oh, it doesn't support the GameCube controller." I was like, "Oh, well, that's sad."
Well, you didn't finish the game.
No, I haven't finished the game.
So you can...
Well, I got so used to using the Joy-Cons or whatever, so I'll probably just keep using that. So,
I want to know though, Nick, when you wrote this piece of news, were you the ones that put the words as the
Nintendo gods?
Nintendo gods intended? No. Okay.
No. I pulled that part. And then the whole thing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like, that makes me want to play the game more. I guess a lot of people were very hyped for this. I mean, it says a lot that they sold more on launch week than any of the other series. So it seems like a lot of people are very looking forward to the game. But yeah, we are running out of time for today, so we're just gonna, move on.
Yeah, I hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question, because it is time for us to give our answers. Lindsay.
Yeah. So I asked you, how long did it take Marcus Persson, who I assume is Notch, how long did it take him to create the first version of Minecraft? Any guesses?
No idea. No idea.
I am not too sure on this.
You're looking for years, right? That was like a half yes.
I mean, whatever amount of time you think.
Okay. Was it him by himself, I'm guessing?
You're asking stuff that my phone doesn't say.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm gonna say 3 years. Final answer.
That's what I was gonna say. I was between 2 and 3.
Before you give final answers, I will say this is talking about the alpha version. How long did it take him to get something out? I don't know if that changes what you were gonna say.
I'm gonna say 3 years.
He's saying 3. I'll say 2, so I don't copy.
Okay, well, Nick would be the closest. It took him 1 week.
Wow.
What?
Well, that's not funny. Even that. So he released the alpha version of Minecraft in just 6 days, with a fully marketable version coming out 2 years later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Thought that was a fun tidbit of information.
Right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's props to him.
I mean, it's one of the more simple games if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I imagine that still took a lot of work.
So. Oh, yeah. Fun fact about Minecraft, I did see a video this morning. I think it was like a Star Wars Minecraft thing, like expansion or something with it. I don't know how you get access to it, but it showed stuff from Star Wars. I thought it was pretty cool.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're going to wrap up this episode, and we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other media platforms. Will, can you tell the listeners where to find us and you?
Yes, we have got a YouTube channel that is Out of the Box Gaming. Our Discord is linked there on our YouTube channel and anywhere that you can find our link tree. Come check out our Discord channel. Our Discord server, I should say. We're usually hanging out in here. We've got great memes and great people. We have Instagram. It is OOTB_gaming. We've also got a Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @gamingOOTB. And we recently got a TikTok up and running, and it is @OOTB Gaming. So go check that out. I think we have a PS5 unboxing.
Yep,
and
that's it.
That is it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go check out our Patreon and all the awesome perks you can get there. And thank you so very, very much to our Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Indecent Sarcasm.
And speaking of our awesome Patreon perks, some tiers get you extra entries to our monthly giveaway. Our November giveaway is now live. Lindsay, do you want to give us more information on it?
Yes, I do. So this month's giveaway is Overcooked 2. Woo! Nick and I have played that. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Head over to our Instagram, OOTB_gaming, and find the November giveaway post. The rules for entry are simple, but you must follow them. All you have to do is like that post and make sure you follow us. You have to do both. The giveaway ends November 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern. So go over there and enter the giveaway, and best of luck. And before I send it back to Nick, I do want to mention, be on the lookout for our 2020 holiday gift guide. Will be coming out. All gaming edition will be coming out in the next week or so, just in time for Black Friday.
Yeah. Isn't that what our next episode is going to be about?
Yes, and then we will discuss it on our next episode.
Yes.
So I'll post it on Instagram, we'll put it on TikTok, all those good places, and then we will also be talking about it as well. So make sure you tune in for that. Nick, where can they find you?
Well, if you want to find the podcast live, you can go to Twitch at Ace King King. And if you want to find me whenever I do streams, or if you want to find me on, other things, you can go to YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram at Ace King King, and Twitter is Ace King King 77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us on. Leave a like, leave a follow, leave a subscribe. You know what to do. Thank you so much for listening, and please join us next week.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.